Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, your boy Invisalign Wattles here. Welcome to another episode of Minecraft Guide, episode 94. That's right, I got the right episode down this time. I double, triple, quadruple checked, and yes, we're good to go. So, we're starting off down here in this mine area. Remember this place? It's been like a long time. I just realized I forgot diamonds down here. Not that we really need those anymore, but I came down here for actually obsidian. I've been mining. I have a stack and one more of obsidian. That's a lot. That's probably the most obsidian I've ever had in a, well, maybe not. It's the most we've ever had in this world, that's for sure. And of course, it would be nighttime right now. It would be. Hey, excuse me, gotta do that intro. Okay, so today's episode is an interesting one. This is a fun topic, and this is a topic that is very useful if you are into making mega farms. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to get on top of the Nether and talk about why you'd want to go up there, and then we're actually going to go up there ourselves just for fun in this world. Now, I think we should start off with materials and a little bit of a shout out. I've got to send a big shout out to Blenscraft TV. Blenscraft TV has a short condensed tutorial for getting on top of the Nether, and it's easy to follow. It's amazing. But materials, this is what we're looking at for getting on top of the Nether. Everything in the shulker box, aside from the trapdoor and the stone. So the stone is basically just a solid building block, something like that, and then the trapdoor is just a trapdoor. You don't need a jungle one. You could use like an oak one or something like that. The trapdoor does not matter, but all of these other things, these do matter. Now, you don't necessarily need 36 torches, and you don't necessarily need 16 ender pearls or 58 ladders, but you will want to have some ladders, some extra ender pearls. I recommend 16, and then some extra torches for marking things. But these are pretty much the materials. You'll also need to, of course, be able to get into the Nether, and that means you might need some extra portaling supplies if you haven't gone there yet. And then you also, depending on how you'd like to exit the thing, if you don't have a bunch of those materials, you could probably just use a Nether portal, but we'll talk about that once we're over into the Nether. So I need to find where I left a flint and steel. I can never remember still. And then I need to slide over to the Nether. Flint and steel. Yeah, that's not looking... I guess we'll just make a new one. Okay, so we're in the Nether, and more specifically, we're at sort of the Nether hub that we have here, or at least the crossroads of the Nether hub, the only crossroads we have. Now what? Well, now we actually need to dig all the way up to the ceiling of the Nether, and this can take some time, and it can be somewhat dangerous because, yeah, you know, lava, yeah, that's a thing in here, so just be careful when you're doing this. Now, I recommend either just bringing a bunch of ladders and making the ladders go all the way up, or making some sort of spiral staircase, or even just a normal staircase. That would be fine too. But either way, you need to go really, really far up. We're talking like probably about to Y120 something, I believe, is where the roof of the Nether is. So yeah, you'll have to start off by doing quite a bit of digging, but after you get there, it's not that bad, so don't worry. Aha! Once you start seeing bedrock, that means you're in the right place. So once you do start seeing it, like kind of like this, it might be smart to just clear out a room so you can kind of walk around, because now you need to find a specific block. Unfortunately, you can't just do this on any block. You need a very, very specific type of block. To find the block, we'll need our F3 screen. So press F3 and look around. We are looking for something that says looking at block something 127 something. So I went ahead and circled the area that I'm looking at and what I'm talking about on the F3 screen. It's near the bottom, and our Y coordinate needs to be 127. Now why? Well, why? Well, that's because that means there's only one block in between us and the roof of the Nether. So that spot right there, that's looking at Y127. We're good to go. So now we can go ahead and place some ladders going up to that block, and then we'll actually need our ender pearls, which I left in my shulker box all the way at the bottom. So I'll be right back. Ender pearls, thank you. And then the whole shulker box, that is coming with me as well. Now, you need to think about how you're going to get out of this situation, because once you get on top of the nether, there is no easy way back in. You are either going to A, have to make a nether portal to leave, so bring those supplies, or B, make a machine to break the bedrock, so bring those supplies, or C, commit bed nether. So yeah, you'll have to go away if you don't bring all that stuff. So yeah, just think about how you're gonna get out, because this is a one-way trip right here, gamers. Now, before we actually jump on top of the nether, we need to do one more thing, and that is write down the coordinates of the block that we are jumping through. So my coordinates here are -159, 127, and then -41. You could write these in chat, you could just remember them, whatever, it doesn't matter, but the coordinates of this block, not the one we're standing on, but the one that we are looking at. So use those looking at numbers. But write those down, because those are very important. Now, be ready to take a little bit of damage. We need to go through this block right here. To do that, climb up on your ladder and continue holding up, and then throw an ender pearl, and boom, you are on top of the nether. That's literally it. That's how you get on top of the nether. It's that easy. I know it's kind of crazy easy. I used to think it was really hard, but no, that part is really easy. It's getting back down that is a little more tricky, unless you're making a portal. But those coordinates that you just wrote down, now you definitely want to walk over to them and place a torch wherever they are. So we came up, I think, right here, that block right there, right? Yeah, -159, -41. That's the block. That means this is the block that we need to remove. This is in between us and our ladder. Now comes this giant machine thing, the thing that you need to make. So one more time, here are the materials. If you didn't bring them, well, yikes for you. Make a portal, get out of here, or you're trapped, pretty much. Anyways, we need to figure out which way is north. So use the F3 screen and look at the facing direction. This way is north. We should probably mark that so we don't have to keep finding which way is north. There we go. Now we want to turn around and actually face south and start setting up the first contraption, the first step of this machine. Now, there are multiple steps in the building of this machine. I'm gonna try and go through them in separate chunks, because that makes it easier. The thing that we're building, admittedly, it is kind of confusing, so yeah. So this is the block that we're removing, the one with the torch on it. To start, go immediately over to the right of this block and place a redstone dust. Then place a detector rail, a normal rail, an activator rail turning, and then a powered rail just like that. Now we need an obsidian here and an obsidian there, and then block of redstone, rail, just like that. That's step one. Alright, to start off step number 2, we need to remove this torch. The torch is not needed anymore. Then take a temporary block and place it on top of the obsidian that is right next to the detector rail. Now crouch and get right up next to this tower that you've made and place a sticky piston that faces downwards, facing into the block that we're going to break. Then place a normal piston right next to that like that, and then last but not least, remove that temporary block. We don't need that anymore. Now back up and tower up a little bit so you can see the top of these pistons. Place some rails like that, then place some redstone blocks there, and then last but not least, some rails on top of that, and boom. Step 2 is done. Now, for step number 3, we're going to need a minecart with some TNT in it. This gets a little dangerous, so just beware. You have to be quick here. So have your minecart with your TNT in hand. We're going to place it on the powered rail in a minute, but first, just be ready to back up. So place it and back up. It will blow up right away, and now the heads of these pistons are blown clean off. That's good. That's exactly what we wanted. Now we can actually go ahead and remove this part of the machine. So the obsidian, both of those blocks can go. All of the rails, these redstone blocks, this is not needed anymore. Alright, in this step we're going to remove this piston right here and replace it with another piston that's missing its head that is down here. Start by placing a sticky piston right on this block facing the block that you're trying to remove and the sticky piston, or what was the sticky piston. Now go ahead and just remove that. We don't need that anymore. That's not necessary. Now go ahead and power this piston, and the heads have swapped. Now we can go ahead and remove this piston. We don't need that one anymore. Thank you for your help. Now to finish off this step, place a solid block, so something like stone right there, place a lever on top of it, turn it on, then go ahead and clean up this block. We don't need that anymore. Get rid of that, you don't need that, and get rid of the rail on top of that piston. All of that is not necessary anymore. Now we are almost ready to do the setup for the final phase, the bedrocking step of this build. Okay, elites, here's the final step. So grab a sticky piston and place it right against this block right here. This is like opposite the lever side. Now go ahead and place a slime block like that, and then a solid block right below the slime block. Now place a trap door on this piston arm, and then go ahead and go into crawling mode and place a normal piston facing down into the bedrock. Then go ahead and back out of that and remove the trap door. We don't need that anymore. Then finally, piston right there, solid block right there, and then hit the lever, go ahead and remove this piston, and then look at this beauty right there. We can go right through the nether now, which is exactly what we wanted. And there you go. That's actually it. It's a little confusing, at least when we get to the machine, but it's actually pretty easy in the grand scheme of things. That's how it's done. So you can use this technique as many times as you need to on top of the nether to go in and out. Now, again, alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you could just build another portal up here and do things that way, but that's a whole lot less cool, right? Like, that's kind of lame. Now, this whole bedrock removal thing, this is permanent. This bedrock will never come back in your world. You can relog, you can go in and out of the nether. The bedrock's gone forever, whether you place something here or not, so yeah, it's open always. But there we go. That's our entrance into the roof of the nether. Not bad at all. But now, before we go home, we should talk about why you would want to do this. So you'd want to get on top of the nether to probably build some kind of huge, giant, crazy farm. Take a look at this place. It is completely empty. There are no spawns up here, which is really nice. There's no gas, which is even better. And it's just flat and open. This is the ideal place for some sort of crazy OP zombie pigman farm. Like, you would usually build it way up in the sky. That's the sky of the nether up there. Yeah, that's where you'd build something like that, because spawns they're non-existent up here. Nothing spawns on the bedrock, which is really, really nice. But even though spawns aren't happening on this bedrock here, if we build something in the sky, obviously not out of bedrock, spawns would happen up there, and so that's how you make a zombie pigman farm. Technically, you could build it right here on this floor, like you could start placing blocks, but that wouldn't be very smart because you'd still be in range of the normal nether and have a bunch of spawns down there. That's bad. Big bad for sure. But usually that's why you'd want to get on top of the nether. Now, another reason is maybe some kind of cool base or maybe some kind of custom biome that you're trying to create. Oh, and to be clear, I did that in Minecraft 1.14.4, but I think that's actually about it for today. So let's go back to the normal world and talk about something. So, no comment of the day again today, gamers. I'm sorry, big sorry, but I've got a lot of things to talk about here at the end. So, this is episode 94 of the Minecraft Guide. The Minecraft Guide started back in April, and it's been amazing. Oh, and by the way, I'm literally just going to wander around. I'm not showing off anything, it's just me walking around looking at things. But on the last episode, on episode 93, the emerald farming one, I talked about, right at the end of the episode, kind of a concern of mine and just not knowing what to do, and I got a lot of wonderful feedback from all of you, and so I'm very excited to officially announce in this episode right here that Minecraft Guide Season 2 is going to be beginning very, very soon, so get hyped. We'll be in a brand new world, in a brand new game version, and doing some brand new things. I have big plans for that series, so yeah, seriously get hyped, and I also plan on doing things a little bit differently. We will be making some kind of different base. I'd like to pace things differently. I'd like to take on different projects. We never got around to an ender or like a crazy zombie pigman farm, so I've got big plans. It's definitely going to be really, really fun, and I'm excited. But I don't think we're completely done with this world. We definitely have some things that I need to take care of first. So I'm thinking there'll be 2 more episodes in this world after this one. Then season 2 will start soon after. It won't be long, gamers, so just keep your eyes peeled. A brand new world, brand new fun, brand new topics, and it's gonna be really, really cool. I'm very excited, so thank you everybody for all of the feedback. I did think about going somewhere new in this world, but it wouldn't have felt the same, right? Like, I could ditch everything and go really, really far and find the bees, and that's cool, but then, like, at that point, almost, like, what's the point of having all of this stuff sitting around here, right? Like, if we don't even ever come back to it, we might as well just be in a new world, I kind of thought. And streams, those things are probably coming back with the new series too, so big yay moment too. I got a Twitch, it's linked in the description, so drop a follow if you haven't yet. Now is the best time to do something like that, but I think that's it. I think that's everything that I wanted to say in our outro today, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope this episode helped you understand how you can get on top of the Nether. There are many other ways to do it though, so that's only one of the methods. Again, big shout out to BlendsCraft TV, dropping the video link in the description. Go over there, drop a like on his video, let him know that he's a waddler. Also, big shout out to my patron Catherine J today. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you all for watching, and get ready for the next episode. There'll be, like I said, I think 2 more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, elites. Goodbye.